JJ, Dominic, Dakota, welcome back for your last week of school. Welcome back for your last week of Algebra 1. 2 lessons, 1 extra credit lesson. Again, call, text, message me, ask questions if you've got them. So today, lesson 101, tomorrow, lesson 102. Lesson 103 is extra credit. I'm not going to explain it, but I encourage you to do it. Get some extra points. Anything you do and get correct on there is obviously extra credit, and I will still answer questions on that one. So, get that done. All right, let's go. Lesson 101. Solving multi-step absolute value inequalities, page 678. We're actually doing stuff that you guys have already been doing, but it's multi-step now. 2 times absolute value of x plus 3 is less than 11. It says solve and graph. So just start solving these like we normally would. I'm going to take my 3 over and subtract. So I get 2, absolute value of x is less than 11 minus 3, 8. Multiplying here, so bring it over and divide, so the absolute value of x is less than 8 divided by 2, 4. So absolute value of x is less than 4. Graphing wise, 4, 4. We do not fill our circles in. Less than means it's going to be between the two. And be conjunction. So our simple graph. That was 1A. 1B, we have the absolute value of x over 5 minus 4 is greater than -2. So again, we're subtracting 4 here. Bring it over and add. So the absolute value of x over 5 is greater than 4 minus 2, which is 2. Now, we haven't seen this very often, but we have a division. So if I'm dividing here, that means I'm going to take my 5 over and multiply. So I now have the absolute value of x is greater than 10. So on our number lines, we have 10 and -10, and it's greater than, pointing in the opposite directions. Okay? And then part C is exactly the same, except pay attention to 10, or to C. You have a -10, and when that -10 moves across that equal sign, or that inequality, it flips it. So pay attention to that. Be careful with that. Okay? Example 2 says solving inequalities with one operation inside the absolute value. So here we go. Example 2. We have absolute value of x plus 5 minus 1 is greater than 7. So, taking my minus 1 to the other side and adding, absolute value of x plus 5 is greater than 8. All right, so that's where we start. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to set it up to where we have x plus 5 is greater than 8, and x plus 5 is greater than a negative 8. Because remember, we can have a negative or positive inside our absolute value sign. So that's how we have to set it up. So then we solve, again, for 2 of them here, when it's inside our absolute value. So I take my 5 over and subtract on both of them. So x is going to be greater than 3, and x is going to be greater than negative 13. Okay? So, sorry, we do, yeah, my bad. We do the less than over here. So we have negative 13, and it is less than. We have 3, and it is greater than. So inside the absolute value sign, you're going to set them equal to, in this case, less than or greater than, and solve. Okay? Example 3, we get a little bit more complicated. Example 3. We have x over 3 minus 2, that's in the absolute value, plus 12, less than or equal to 19. 19 over and addition, so I need to subtract. So I have the absolute value of x over 3 minus 2, less than or equal to 7. All right, so just like we did with example 2, minus 2 less than or equal to 7, and x over 3 minus 2 greater than or equal to negative 7. So we flip that. And now we start to solve. Take our 2's over and add. So I have x over 3 less than or equal to 9, and x over 3 greater than or equal to negative 5. If I'm dividing here, bring it over and multiply. So x less than or equal to 27, x greater than or equal to negative 15. Okay? And if we're doing that, if it tells you to graph, my low number, negative 15, my high number, 27, they're both equal to, so we fill in those circles. And then pay attention to the tip of your arrow. It's greater than negative 15 and less than 27. So we have a conjunction. Okay? So, example 3, a little bit more involved. You guys can do it. Again, always ask questions, text, call, whatever you can do to get some help. All right? Lesson 101. Do not do 3, 8, 10, 11, 18, 22, and 30. So 3, 8, 10, 11, 18, 22, and 30. On 26 for A and B. Just solve those. I'm not worried about simplifying and then multiplying. Just solve them. You don't have to use 2 different methods. Just give me one answer for solving. And then do C. All right? Okay. That is lesson 101. Next up will be lesson 102, and then your extra credit after that. Take care.